The IRS will take everything from you unless you have one of these very special accounts. And if you have one of these accounts, it's very, very difficult for them to get their way if you're following the Internal Revenue Code and the Uniform Commercial Code. Most people don't know they have these accounts and certainly don't know how to use them. It's a very simple thing because the IRS and every agent that works for them is a third-party witness to the finances that you've done for the year. They weren't there when you spent the money. They weren't there when you filled out the forms. They only have third-party capability to see what's going on in your finances, which makes just about everything they're talking about hearsay. And they really need you to report on what you earned and what your deductions were for them to know how to assess your taxes. And that's one of the reasons why we call this a voluntary tax system. And as a result, nobody knows what's happening with your taxes because it's up to us to do the filing. And that's because we have this very special account called the Eyewitness account. And if you know how to deploy your Eyewitness account, that's more than sufficient to step on the Internal Revenue Code that someone might throw at you to say that, well, you owe this and you owe this. Well, you're a third-party hearsay kind of person, and I know what actually happened. Here's my evidence. And if you're able to say, look, this happened for this reason, and I can swear to that because I have an Eyewitness account, then the IRS usually has to comply. And unless you made some crazy, egregious breach of the tax code, an IRS agent's opinion doesn't matter. It's the code and your Eyewitness account blended together create what your tax is, no matter what anybody says. Because if you can defend it, you can keep it.